Good morning. Oh, hello, sunshines. Good morning, sunshine, all of the above. I was sitting here trying to tag y'all because I thought, oh yeah, if I can tag some of you guys, then you will jump on. But then, I'm going to tag some of you guys right now. It wouldn't let me tag. So here I go. I'm tagging. Tagging. Let's see. This is so great. Okay, morning, guys. I'm still here. I'm just tagging friends, tagging away. One's in Europe. Why not? One's around the world. Why not? Perfect. Okay, I just tagged some of you. Random tag, you're welcome. Good morning, Naveen. How are you? Great morning, sunshines. Write your hashtag good morning, sunshine, or maybe just your miracle morning. Remember, every day we're doing our miracle morning together here, right? Good morning, Helen. How are you? And I'm super excited about today. There's actually like a lot of activities. Morning, Soya. So if you guys want to stick with me for the whole time, and you have anywhere that you're at where you can take notes about your current situation, I encourage you to do this. I will give you, morning, Heather. How are you, girl? I'll give you the different things that we're going to go through so you can do it afterwards. But the more that you can actively think about it at the same time is just really helpful. So I got to open up my notes. While we do this, how do we start? Guys, good morning, sunshines. So that's the way we start. Good morning, sunshine, or hashtag GMS. And then we start sharing with our gratitudes. So I am grateful for feeling fan-freaking-tastic this morning. I feel so super energized, so motivated, so just excited for all of life. So I'm grateful for my energy and my health. I'm grateful for, of course, just always my growing baby. I'm thankful for... I'm spitting out the scum, so you guys don't have to watch me do that the whole time. Morning, Jill. I'm thankful for those of you that reached out after I did my video about the insurance. It's awesome. Like, we have such a strong community. There were a lot of you that had some great suggestions that I'm following up with. I'm thankful that I didn't gouge my eye out with a pen trying to make all of those insurance calls yesterday. Because that wasn't my favorite. Morning, Lazaro. Share with me something you're grateful for this morning, anything you're grateful for, and your good morning, sunshine. Good morning, Teresa. It is Wednesday, right? So we've got, let's see, silence, affirmation, visualization, and actually today's entire talk is about visualization, just like yesterday's went on point. So we can actually share our visualization after we do this activity if you guys want. Good morning, Joni. I want to get you guys right into, look at you guys, your GMSs. I love it. You guys are the best. Morning, Nikki. So we're going to do an activity this morning, and we're going to talk about, this is cool because I did this with the team this morning, and it's something that I was thinking, I do a lot with like our coaches and people that I'm helping propel them into a different lifestyle and step out of their comfort zone and into a new set of goals. And as I was thinking about it, taking the girls to practice, I was thinking about you guys and how many of you might want or benefit from the same type of conversation. Morning, Misty. Morning, Kara. Morning, everybody. And I wanted to do this activity with you guys. So like I said, it's a little bit different than our normal Good Morning Sunshines. It's more activity-based and actually getting results from it. And it might be something that you want to share with some other people in your life that maybe feel stuck, maybe don't feel stuck. It's more like a reality check of where you're at and where you want to be. And you can do that just by hitting the share button on here. By the way, did you guys know that you can just turn on notifications? Since I'm all over the board, it will just notify you of when I jump on, since I seem to do it like all the time, just not the right times ever. So I found that out. My water is so hot today. So that being said, you could also do the activity and afterwards share it as well. If any of you want to do this and share it with me or share it with someone else, I encourage you to do that. So with the team, when we were doing this today, they were all sharing with me afterwards because it was a form of action and accountability. Cool? Okay, so here's what we're going to go through. And it's a series of questions and it's a series of thoughts. I'm not just going to sit here and watch you guys write down the answers like I did with the team. We took an hour to do this morning, and it could have been longer, truthfully. But I'm going to give you an idea. So and I'll post the notes afterwards so that you guys can write it later. But an idea of what we're looking at. One of my jobs, one of my passions, you guys, is to help people get out of their own way and step into a lifestyle they didn't realize was even possible for them. I feel like so many people get to the state of resignation in their life that things are the way that they are and they're going to be the way that they are, and that is just their life. Like, this is my life, this is my health, these are my relationships, this is my success. I will just learn to be grateful and happy about what I have, which, by the way, is incredible. Practicing gratitude for what you have is absolutely a piece of what we do. But they do that with the assumption that there's never going to be anything else, more, or success in different areas of their life for themselves, which leads to a lack of action, of forward movement, and, like I said, a state of resignation, which can create, I just feel like, a society of people who are ho-hum. You guys remember when we talked about Eeyore? Like, it's just okay. Like, how are things doing? They're all right. How are things doing? Not, not bad. Well, that's good that they're not bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, but instead of having people who are excited, energetic, forward moving, pouring into you, full of vibrant energy, that's what I want to create, is more of that. So this is why we do an activity like this. So we're talking about a gap. Right? That's what the video is called. We're talking about where you are in your life currently and what you really could possibly dream for yourself. And some of you haven't dreamt in a long time. This is where the visualization comes in. And then what's the gap between where you are and where you want to be? You guys see me do this all the time, right? I'm like, you're here, you want to be here. How do we get over the bridge? How do we cover that area? And today's more just about identification of what those two different things are. Morning, Adrian. Morning, everybody else. You guys, I love your good morning sunshines and your check-ins for your gratitudes and your miracle morning. So if you're just joining us at the first time, drop a 1 so we know. Write if it's a rewatch, and then otherwise you guys participate as we go through. This is going to be just a few, maybe 10 minutes of going through these activities. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to think about is what we're thinking about. When I'm talking about forward movement and the dream of what you're going after, here's a couple different areas that you could think about in your life that you might want to advance and change on. One would be your health, right? I always talk about your health. I feel like your health, happiness, and confidence are tied very closely together. And if you're feeling off or ill or low energy, it's hard for the other things to come into fruition. So I want you can pick one area of your life as I go through here, and you can do the others later, or you can kind of think of them as a conglomerate, okay? So look at your health, okay? Next is look at your business and your income. So whatever your career, it is, right? So your success, I guess, is what I would say in your business world. Your relationships. So this could be marriage, children, parents, just your relationships with people in general, but how you build relationships. The fourth is your lifestyle. That's your day-to-day, what you see happening in your life. And the final is the environment in which you live. That could be your home, look around, what your home is like your environment and your heart, the stress, the anxiety, the clutter versus the calmness, the coolness, the freedom. So it could be the environment within. It could be the emotional environment of conversations, but what are you exposed to every day, right? They all kind of tie together. Okay, so there's a couple different areas: health, income and business success, your relationships, your lifestyle, the environment, the space that you're in. You can pick one or you can look at all of them. The first thing that I want you to do, so this will be a series of activities, and I'm going to kind of list through them, and you can do this a little bit later because this will go quicker or you guys are going to lose it. The first one is I want for you to number one, dream a little bit. This is where the visioning comes in. If you took away every no that you have ever gotten, every standard of society, every I can't do that because of whatever, if you took away all of those ties that pull you back and hold you down, what would you dream? What would you see yourself as if you you guys specifically designed the perfect life where you were that is the dream, the movie life, there's glitter and stars all over, that's the life I created. What would that be 5 years from now? So take some time to look at what would your life be? What does it look like in your dream world in 5 years? And for you to get on point with that, morning, Adrian, I want you to think about to get kind of just, okay, where I'm at. Think about how old will I be in 5 years? How old will my kids be, or will I have kids by that time? And what does that look like? What grades will they be in? It kind of gets you set up for just visioning yourself, right? and then start to see, like, what does my health look like? What does my energy look like? What does my physique look like? What does my confidence look like? Income and business. What is my, like, how, and this is not you holding yourself back. What she said I could only ever earn $50,000 a year. She said I'm always going to be 50 pounds overweight. She said, like, it's none of that, you guys. Strip all of the no's and the negativity away that you've ever gotten and look at what your dream would be, your dream life, okay? So what does that health look like? What does your income and business and success look like? Like, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? Do you own your schedule? Does somebody else own your schedule? Do you go to a job that you absolutely love? It's a 9 to 5, but you could not have it any other way. It's perfect. Do you work in an industry that you're passionate about, that you're contributing to other people? Are you earning 3 times the amount of income that you're earning now? What are your finances like? Are you guys financially set? Do you have any debt? Do you have that dream house you'd been talking about? So you're designing the income, the business, the relationships. How do you get along with your spouse? If you have a spouse at that time, what's your relationship like with your parents? What is it like with your children? And remember, you're dreaming. This is your vision. This is the most, like, if it just doesn't get any better than this, right? What is your lifestyle like? Do you travel the world? Do you have a trip planned for Hawaii next week? Do you get to say when you wake up and what you do with each day? Do you have the availability to do yoga at noon if you want? Do you love working out? That's a piece of just like your lifestyle. So what does it look like with your morning, Adrienne, Raylene? Guys, stick with us. We were just with our first number 1 of creating our dream life right now. So what does all of that look like? How about your environment? Like, when you look around, are you in a peaceful, calm, well put together, clean environment? Like the same thing with your car and your home and your heart and your internal space. And you look around and it's just like, wow, everything's put together. There's no stress that's around me because it's all just how it's supposed to be. Whatever makes you driven, that's number 1, okay? So I've been talking so much, like, you probably haven't had time to write anything. So I'll write down all these afterwards in the comments so you guys can think, okay, I'm going to write out number 1. Remember, if you want to share these back with me, shoot, I'll take them. That's awesome, right? Because you're having accountability with, like, declaring what you want to go after. That's super cool. The second thing that I want to look at, so we just looked at, like, what's your dream world in 5 years? If anything could happen for you 5 years from now, where would you be sitting and what would you be doing? What would your lifestyle look like? All right. Number 2 is, let's look at your action of what you did over the last 1 week. Okay. So morning, Raylene, morning, Carly. We're reviewing some different things. This is for you guys to do later. What's the action you took over the last 1 week in your life? And you can look at the action around these things, right? What's the action that you took for your health? It could be, and you can write out this. I worked out 0 times. I ate out 5 times. I didn't watch any of my calories. I didn't have any vegetables. Like, it could be all of that, right? It could be, I got to the gym twice. I did my 2 smoothies a day. I found an accountability partner. What did you do over the last 7 days specifically for your health? And that, like, it could be, like, it doesn't, like, I'm not saying, like, forward moving or not. Like, I just want to know, like, what did you do? What did you do in general? And then especially, like, if you did something to create growth, kind of star those so you see what you were doing for forward progression, like for progression, right? What did you do in your business and your personal, like, finance world over the last week? Maybe you started to take control of your finances. You had a meeting with a financial advisor about your retirement. You are going after a raise, so you did some extra work. You put in an extra hour at work. Or did you just do just enough? I did just enough to perform my job to earn what I earn, right? Maybe you're doing just enough what you need to do at your job, but you're building your dream on the side. You're like, well, I did 3 different articles about something I'm passionate about. I am in school, so I took an extra hour of class each night. What did you do over the last 7 days, just the last week specifically? What's going on, Casey? All right, what did you do in the last week for your relationships? Right? What did you do in the last week for your, like, for your lifestyle to create that? Just look at your, look at your last week. What happened in your environment? Like, do you look around and you're like, man, like, I am living complete disarray. Like there's clutter, there's stuff everywhere. Like I don't know if I'm coming or going. I don't know if I'm like what's happening next. Like I'm just so unorganized. Take an inventory of where you're at right now. All right. So what we just did is we created one side of the vision. We're creating what your gap is, okay? So you had this dream that you did first. This is what I want for, this is what I want to create. And then you looked at, here's what I'm doing now. Here's what I'm doing now, right? So now you know where you're at and where you want to be. This might take you a little bit of time. If you've never practiced this, this is the visioning that might take you some time. Remember when you're creating that other side of the gap, don't play small. And don't pick somebody else's dreams, but don't let anybody else pick yours. Meaning don't let them put you down if you could never do it. Okay. So the third step, number 3, all right, is let's look at what you did for the last 7 days. You just said what you did for the last 7 days. If you do those exact same things for the next 5 years, so every week for 52 weeks for 5 times, if you keep doing what you're doing, where are you going to be? What's your probable almost certain future? Where are you going to be in 5 years? Right? So like with your health, if you did nothing proactively to take control of your health, where are you going to be in the next 5 years? Not only are you going to be in the same spot, but you're probably going to be regressing some because that's what happens. When you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. So if you didn't do any, actually, if you just did what you did before, where are you going to be then? I didn't watch anything. I didn't work out. Some of you guys are like, I'm not like, this is so funny. I can watch how many people I'm retaining on here. Sometimes it's way high. This is an uncomfortable conversation. Some people are leaving because they're like, I don't want to identify where I am. So those of you that are sticking on to this, like high five to you, because this is a hard conversation to have with yourself because it's a reality check. This is where you put your money where your mouth is, right? Like I want to learn, I want to listen all about it, but like you're telling me to look at me now, right? That's hard. So those people that are sticking on here, just like freaking high five and shout out to you because this is not an easy conversation to have with yourself. Okay, so if you do what you did for the last 7 days, where are you going to be in 5 years? Where's your health going to be? Are you going to be healthier? Are you going to be not healthier? Where's your finances and success in business going to be? Is it going to be elevated? Is it going to be the same or is it going to be less? Are you doing just the bare minimum? Are you like actually doing a little bit less than you should do, than you think that you could do? Where are your relationships? Same thing. Are you working on your relationships? Are you working on improving those? Are you doing your like stuff to improve yourself so you can improve them? What's your lifestyle like? Because if the income in business, looking at that, like that's going to create part of that lifestyle, right? That might be include like personal development. Like, are you working on your mindset? So are you happier then? Where are you with your environment and your space? If you do the same thing that you did for the last 7 days for the next 5 years, look around. Like look around you. What's your home look like? What's the chaos or the organization look like? And feel that for a second. Realize that that's what's going to happen for you 5 years from now if you don't make a change now. Morning, guys. We just had a couple more people join us. We just talked about 2 different things. So we talked about our dream, what we're creating, what we would like to create, and where we're at right now. And that, like, this is so perfect, Helen. I love when you shout that out. And what's happening if you do the same thing? Because, guys, the thing is you're going to do what you did for the last 7 days, for the next 7 days, and the next 7 days, and the next 7 years, if you don't make a decision to take action and do something different. Like that is just the way that it is. For things to change, you have to change, right? For things to get better, you have to get better, which means you have to make a decision if you want to actually accomplish number 1, which was our dream. Good morning, Sunshine. Morning, Stacy. So we did our 3 different things, right? We've got where we want to be, where we are, and we just reviewed where we're going to be if we do what we are doing right now. Okay, so it gets better, right? And maybe yours was like phenomenal. You're like, dude, I am on point. I joined a program. I watched my nutrition. I worked out 7 times. I asked for a raise. I put in an extra hour at work. I've been working on my relationship. I'm communicating with my kids more. I'm creating a lifestyle where I get up and I have peacefulness and I do my miracle morning every day. My environment, I've been working on keeping it less cluttered and cleaner and my chaos internally less. I'm doing yoga and meditating. Maybe that's it. You guys keep doing that. Like it is. It's going to go up and up and up. In 5 years, you're going to see something different. But I think that's not the common answer I hear. It's just not, because that's not the norm right now, right? We have to choose to make the norm something higher, something more. All right, so the 3 different things we did. The next piece is, what is missing in your last 7 days to get you to where you want to be. So you're here, you want to be here eventually. You guys, that's not some miraculous thing happening. That's not you winning the lottery. If that was your answer for number one, reevaluate, okay? Because you need to figure out things that you can take control of. So it's little habits every single day that are going to get you from here to here. I know that that's hard to imagine. You're like, okay, but now I'm 100,000 in debt. I live in a tiny house that's completely disorganized. I'm arguing with my spouse all the time. Our finances are horrible. I hate my job. I hate waking up in the morning. All I'm looking forward is to the weekend so I can check out and have some drinks with my friends. And that's my lifestyle that I have right now. One, the lifestyle that I want is I want to be debt-free, doing a job that I love, pouring in on other people, living in my dream house, passionately loving with my spouse and my children, having open communication and just a beautiful relationship with them, and have clarity and cleanness and mindfulness all around me. And you look at where you are, and you look at where you want to be, and you're like, they seem so far away. Like there's no freaking way. How do I close that gap? Right? The fact is what's going to close it is the baby things each day. It's doing your miracle morning routine. Freaking, that's going to make a big difference, you guys. It brings in your meditation. It brings in your vision. It brings in your reading. It brings in your mind development. It brings in those goals closer to your heart. It starts to change your attitude. It could be that, so much as that every single day. Right? It's the decision to go after what you are passionate about, to fix. If you're stuck in your business and your income results, you need to find something else. There's something else out there for you that you can do and build and grow while you're doing whatever you're doing. Or you can choose to find love and peace in your heart for what you're doing and figure out how to take yourself to the next level. If it's bringing you in the money to create that dream life that you created, perfect. How do you figure out how to love it? Right? So it's finding the baby steps within there. So number four again. No, is it number 5? Oh, I just did 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys, that's how you count. So number 4 is what's missing the last 7 days? What little activities, small activities do you need to do every day to bridge the gap? And you actually have to write these things down. So this is going to take you guys some time. All right. So we're almost done because I know now I'm like 400 minutes in. I knew this one was going to be longer, so no problem. Number 5, not number 6, is are you willing to do what's missing in the last answer to get to number 1? Are you willing to do it? And let's just say like the simplest one is health. You do not want to be 40 pounds overweight anymore. You don't want to be winded when you go up and down the stairs. Remember yesterday I said don't use don't, so I'm just doing all that, but I'm trying to make you guys see the negative side right now. I'm actually purposely doing that. You don't want to be winded. You don't want to be 40 pounds overweight. You don't want to be worried about your heart condition and are you going to be the one that leaves your family with all of this mess because you're not taking care of yourself. That is not what you want. You want to create for something different, right? So if that's the case and you realize the steps for you to do that is to, number 1, commit to your health and start eating healthier, because that's gonna be the first thing. It's not exercise, you guys, it's nutrition. You're gonna start eating healthier every day, and it's gotta be specific. For me, what that means is I'm going to take my correct supplements. I'm gonna do 2 smoothies a day. I'm gonna have an accountability group. I'm gonna have my colorful snacks and meals outside of that, and I'm going to monitor my progress. That's what I'm gonna do every day. 3, 2, 1 is what we call it. I'm gonna do it every day. So it's something as simple as that. It's a specific action of what you need to do. Are you willing to do that? That's the question. The last one is, are you willing to take those steps to make the change? Because you have to ask yourself, because otherwise, then you're right back at that state of resignation. If you're like, I am not willing to do it, okay, then own the fact that in 5 years, you're probably not going to be, whatever you're looking at, 50 pounds overweight and in debt 50,000, it's probably going to be more. That's going to be the future if you don't make a change. And check into that fact and realize, you guys, that shouldn't be something that makes you feel like horrible. It's the fact you have the decision. You're the one with the decision. Is that what you want or is it not what you want? Because if it's not what you want, you get to change it, right? So number 5 was, are you willing to do what's missing to accomplish number 1? And then the final thing, you guys, is what do you need to do or create in your life to commit to that daily action? If you're like, you know what, freaking Callie, I'm over it. Like, you're exactly right. I am going to take control of my health. I'm going to take control of my business. I'm going to take control of my relationships. I'm going to take control of my environment. I'm going to take control of my lifestyle. I am ready to do that. And there's 5 things. Remember when we talked about like just simple actions each day that I'm going to do? These are the things that I'm going to do. What do you need to create for yourself to make sure that you don't say it today and forget about it tomorrow? Because that's what most people do. They get all pumped up. They're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to get the promotion. I'm going to, change this. And then a week happens, a week later, and they're right back where they were. So what do you need to create that action? I can't answer that for you. Like a lot of our teammates, when I asked them that question, they were like, I don't know. And my answer was, figure it out and write me back, because I can't figure that out for you. It could be something along the lines of, I need to write down my goals. I need to define my weekly or daily actions. I need to find an accountability group for it. Maybe all of a sudden I'm getting a message from you every day of, I did X, Y, and Z today to make my dreams happen. Over and over every day. It might be something like that. I don't know, right? Maybe it's creating a reward. When I ask for the promotion, I get this. When I put in the extra hour work, I get that. You can create internal rewards yourself, right? But the biggest thing is that you need a strong emotional connection, of how you're going to take what you're doing and tie it to the number 1. You need to tie like where you're at. You need to tie yourself so closely to where you want to be. It's like there's a tightrope from here to here, right? Like you're over a freaking cliff. You're over the Grand Canyon, and there's this little rope, and you have to get from here to here. And there's got to be something that makes you take step after step after step, which is like, it's trepidation, it's fearful. You've got all these things that are going through your head, but it's so big, it's so connected to you that you're willing to take the steps. And when you guys identify these different things, my belief is that you can create a system for you to start taking action. And when you start taking action today, you guys, one day passes, you know how quick time goes, right? One day passes, 1 week passes, 1 year passes, and it's like this. Like you don't even know it passed. But this time, you guys, this time as opposed to last year, this time you turn around and you look in the mirror and you're showing up different. You're seeing differences in yourself. You're happier, stronger, you're more healthy, you're more successful, your relationships are better. You're building the business you've always dreamed of. You're building the lifestyle you always dreamed of because you're taking little baby steps. That's what can happen. Like that's what can happen for you. It's crazy. So I haven't been watching any of your comments, sorry, because I've been like really in this, but I'm going to write down the different areas, and you can pick other areas. Absolutely. I'm just giving you some ideas and the different steps. And then if you're wanting to make a change in your life and you just listen to this and you're like, yeah, good idea, and you walk away, you're not taking the action, and not taking your action leads you right back to where you're at right now, this side. If you want to take the action, take some time, take your quietness, your peacefulness, and actually write out the answers and share it with someone, share it with anyone so you can make those dreams come true, right? I'm fighting for you guys to create the lifestyle of your dream. That's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for people being happier and healthier and more confident and running after more success, taking more action, and realizing that you deserve it and you can accomplish it. That's what I'm running after. So every one of those messages that I get where you guys are being positively affected because you are doing that, you are taking more action, you're having less fear, you're having less stress. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining me for another Miracle Morning. I know this one was long. Too bad, because I think that we needed it. And I hope to see some things that you guys are accomplishing in your life. Please let me know when you are making some of those accomplishments. I will go through as soon as I hang up and post this. I will copy and paste the notes. They're just my janky notes, so just deal with it, right? I'll post those in there, and I might do a blog about it because I haven't been blogging about anything but my pregnancy. So I might do that. But I hope to see you guys doing amazing things, and love you, beautiful faces. Happy Wednesday. Go out and join the rainstorms if you're in Colorado. All right, bye, friends.